The next step to confirm Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson to the Supreme Court will take place this morning. The Senate Judiciary Committee will vote on the nomination today, and the full Senate is expected to take it up later this week. Caitlin Huey-Burns is following this story for us from Washington. Caitlin, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
So what can we expect to play out today? How do you expect things to go?
Well, we are actually going to expect a tie coming out from this committee. Remember, the committee is split 11-11, Republicans and Democrats. And you may ask, well, why is the committee split when Democrats control the Senate? Well, remember, Democrats have a very narrow majority. It's a 50-50 split in the Senate. So part of the power sharing agreement reached by the leaders was that you have equal representation on the committees. So we are expecting the committee to vote today. It will be likely a tie. Republicans voting against her out of committee, Democrats voting for her out of committee. Now, Majority Leader Chuck Schumer has the ability to induce what's called a discharge position so that he is able to bring the nomination to the floor later this week. And that's where we should really watch the vote here, because senators will be asked to vote to bring this to a full vote. And we may get an inkling about whether we may see any more Republicans inclined to vote for her. Now, just because you vote for the discharge petition doesn't mean you necessarily will vote for her in the end, but it could give us some tea leaves to read there.
So speaking of Republicans, Senator Susan Collins said last week that she would actually support Judge Jackson. She's the only Republican so far to publicly say that she would support her. As we enter into the voting, which senators are you going to be watching the most?
Right. Collins was considered a big win for the Biden administration because now they can say that this is a nomination that garnered bipartisan support. Remember, every vote counts here. A couple other senators we're looking at are one, Lisa Murkowski. She's one of the three who voted for Judge Jackson to the district court. She and Collins and Lindsey Graham, who we know is voting no on this. So she's someone to watch. However, she is also facing a re-election bid this term with a primary challenge. So there's some political considerations there, but she's certainly someone to watch. Another person to watch who we haven't heard whether he'll vote yes or no on this nomination is Mitt Romney. He voted no on Judge Jackson in the last time that she was up for district court, but he is considering all of these arguments. He's considering perhaps the historic nature of her candidacy. And so this is someone to keep an eye on if the White House is looking for bipartisan support. He's someone that they had reached out to in the early days of this confirmation process. So we are keeping an eye to see how he leans this time.
So how are both parties factoring this nomination into the midterm election strategies, Caitlin?
Yeah, that's certainly a consideration here. We know how this vote is going to go. Judge Jackson is likely to be confirmed as the next Supreme Court justice. But what we saw during the course of the questioning session was both sides really trying to preview their midterm election message, particularly the Republicans, because they know this is pretty much a foregone conclusion that she will make it to the court. So you saw them focus their arguments on things like crime, things like education, critical race theory. These are all terms or ideas and themes that they are trying to push in the midterm election. You also saw some posturing from potential 2024 candidates on the Republican side, people like Josh Hawley and others. So those are people to keep an eye on who have higher political ambitions, perhaps. And then for the Democrats, remember, they've been facing the prospect of potentially having a depressed Democratic base without being able to get a lot of the things that they've wanted to get done this term, things like voting rights, things like the Build Back Better plan. So they are hoping that this can re-energize the base, because this was a campaign promise by President Biden on the campaign trail to nominate the first black woman to sit on the Supreme Court. You both have heard lots of reaction from voters who are very supportive of that pick and the historic nature of that nomination. So this is something that Democrats hope can kind of galvanize folks ahead of the midterm election, where the party is facing historic headwinds, low approval ratings of the current president, and we know what that means for the party in power.
Yeah, it's often not good news, but we'll see how it unfolds. Caitlin, thank you.
Thank you.